Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to do episode 2 of what I'm now calling TBR Roulette. I'm so sorry for this horrendous lighting. I went to go sit down and start editing this video right now and realized I never did an intro. Just didn't happen. But pretty much TBR Roulette is I have a big spinner wheel on my laptop that has over 100 titles on it, and it's all the books I physically own, have in my Kobo, or want to read on Kindle Unlimited. I believe it's like at like 100 and something titles currently. And I spin that 3 times in a video and I read the 3 books that it chooses. We did get a really fun mix of books this round, 2 that I definitely would not have reached for anytime soon if I had not pulled them this way, and that's kind of the whole point of this. So without further ado, let's just get into the video. Alright guys, we're gonna do the first spin. We gotta keep it quick, so my laptop's at 3%, so let's hope it does not die while it's spinning. I think I have a books my TBR on here. I could be missing a couple. This is my physical and Kindle TBR, both. And it's at 111. There's also some there's some KU series in here that I haven't started, but I want to start, so we'll see what I get. I'm nervous. Oh my god. Oh, there's somebody I want, there's somebody I don't want. I'm gonna cry. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope it's good. I hope it's shorter. Ithaca. Okay. That is a, I believe, Greek mythology read I have on my Kobo, which is nice because I don't think it's too long. It should go pretty easily. But I did read Hera last month and I was not a fan, and I'm wondering if it's like Greek mythology, like fiction is just not for me. I was not clicking in that format, so I think this will be like my end all and be all. Like if I enjoy this book, maybe I'll keep picking up some more. If I don't, then I should be done with it for a little bit. So not the greatest note to start this video on because I just feel like I'm not very like excited about this one. However, I think it's good because it'll be like a good tell for me if this like subgenre is for me or not. So I'm gonna do a quick synopsis. Too many pages there are, and I'll probably start that tonight, honestly. A little bit. I do have a lot of like work I have to do for school, but I can probably do a little bit of reading tonight, so we'll see how much we get into it. I'm going to keep this very quick because my lunch is about to finish up. However, I am now 60% of the way through Hera and I am actually enjoying it. Definitely more than Hera. I feel like this one's because I didn't like how the men treated the women in Hera. Obviously, was a huge part, and I feel like this one is a lot more female-centered and like female society-based, which is really interesting for me to read. I'm going to try to finish it tonight. We'll see. Good so far. I have big news. First of all, it is the eve of TS12. It's currently like 11, and I'm staying up till midnight to obviously listen to the entire album. So big day for insufferable people here. I'm really excited. But I did finish Ithaca, and I will say I think it's actually gonna be like a 3.75 star. I enjoyed it far more than I have any other Greek mythology I've read. I think I liked it because this one was a lot more female focused. Big part 2 is actually the last Greek mythology book I read that I did not enjoy was Hera. And what's actually funny is that Hera is the narrator of this one, and I feel like it actually had me, not that I didn't like her in the last book, because I do feel like they already painted her quite well in the last one, but I feel like it was kind of just like a better understanding of her. And then the whole like just thing is fun. I think it's like, is it Odysseus? I could be saying that wrong. Pretty much it's like King Odysseus took all of like the young men from the island of Ithaca and took them over to fight in the War of Troy, and like all the women are left to their own devices. It's one of my favorite Greek mythology like telling I've read thus far. I did actually have a really fun time with it, but we actually are not going to pull the next book now because I'm gonna take a little pause. It is Thursday evening. It is like 45 minutes until TS12. We're going to obviously listen to the entire album, and I do have tomorrow off of work. I took it off to get some school projects finished. I had over 6 assignments due this weekend, because that makes sense, and like 3 midterms all due within like Monday to Wednesday of next week. So I took this Friday off to get some schoolwork done, but I've been really good this week and I already have 4 of the 6 assignments fully done, and the other 2, like one just needs a reference page and the other one I kind of like already have all the bones there. I just need to go make it sound nice and do a reference page for it, so it shouldn't take too long. So I'm actually gonna have a lot more time than I thought. So since it's a 3-day weekend, I think I am gonna do a 24-hour readathon spread out over the 3 days, because even 3 days, that's 8 hours a day, which isn't too tricky. I'm like, if I start reading at 8, that's already done at 4, and then I still have the whole evening to get other stuff done. So we'll see. There might be some days where like I might even just read a bunch tomorrow and Saturday and get it all done, and then just have Sunday completely off to get that stuff done. We'll kind of see how I do it, but I'm going to break this video quickly to film that one. I'll come back on Monday and pick a new read. So obviously my wheel will be down probably hopefully 5 or 6 titles by then, but I'm really excited and I'll see you guys then. Alright friends, it has been 2 days since we last spoken. I have done my 24-hour readathon in that time, and let me tell you, that video's coming up before this one, so you guys can already watch it if you want, but I read 9 books during that readathon. I don't know what happened. I blacked out. My record before that was like 7. I read 9. So there was at least like 6 books that came off. For some reason, there's a couple that weren't actually on my spinner wheel, so those ones like might have to delete off the spinner wheel. But I did read 9 books. So I'm gonna spin this now. We might not start today because, like I said, I just got off of reading for 24 hours pretty much straight. Do you want to know what I'm working with next? That way, if I feel like reading a little bit tonight, I know what I'm reaching for in the morning. I can just grab it right away. So we're gonna shuffle this up. and then see what the last book is. I don't know what I want. I read some, during the readathon, I read some really great Koval books. I kind of want something on my Koval, but I also want like a series. I don't know what I want, to be honest. So I'm gonna let you guys look first. Cause like, I don't, I'm scared. Penitence. Okay, what's funny is I actually thinking about this book during my readathon. I was actually thinking about it, but the thing about this book is it's giving winter. It is giving winter a little bit because like, just look at the cover. However, I'm willing to read this now. I'd actually started reading it. If you look, so my bookmark in it. My bookmark that Haley made me that I love so much. It's Selena. And I made chapter 4 and then I stopped reading it. And that was probably a couple months ago. When a shocking murder occurs in the home of Angie and David Sheehan, their lives are shattered. Desperate to defend their family, they turn to a small town lawyer, Martine Dumont, for help, but Martine isn't just legal counsel. She's also the mother of Angie's first love, Julian, a now successful New York City criminal defense attorney. As Julian and Angie confront their shared past and long-buried grief from a tragic accident years ago, they must navigate their own culpability and the unresolved feelings between them. Spanning decades from the ski slopes of rural Colorado to the streets of pre-9/11 New York City and back again, Kristin Koval's debut novel, Penitence, is an examination of the complexities of familial loyalty, the journey of redemption, and the profound experience of true forgiveness. Let's go. I'm excited. Alright guys, sorry if you guys can hear any background noise, but we are now checking in because we're close to halfway through Penitence, getting there. It's like 310 pages on page 134, chapter 10. I'm not sure what I can say on here, but our main character is a 13-year-old named Nora who unalived her brother and is now going through like the court process for all that, the trials. It focuses obviously on that dynamic, a lot of things with her parents too in their relationship, and then as well as the lawyer they've brought in, because pretty much the lawyer is Nora's mom's name is Angie, and the lawyer is her ex-boyfriend's mother. Like her ex-boyfriend has like a really bad secret he's always kept from her that kind of strained the relationship. Angie's mom never liked him. They broke up, and now that boyfriend and his mom are helping in the case with Nora. So there's a lot of different dynamics going on there. It's really good. I have a theory of what happened, like about 10 pages in, to like what I think took place. However, we won't know to the end, obviously. I'm loving it so far. It's reading really quickly. I've listened to almost all this on audiobook so far, but I think I do want to sit down tonight and just try to finish it. Just get it done. Because it's only like 160 pages left to finish. It is Dancing with the Stars night, but I have commercial breaks and then afterwards. And I really think I can do this. It would take me like an hour and a half. And move on to the last and final book of this video. But so far, this is giving me like at least like 4-star vibes. I'm really enjoying it so far. Okay, friends, I just finished Penitence. And I have thoughts that I'm trying to wrap my head around. But it's hard. When I just left you guys, I was like halfway through and I was like, it's probably gonna be a 4-star. I was really liking it. It, I think, is like I think it's like a 3.5-ish. The thing is, I liked the backstory we got. I liked the whole familial drama aspect of it. My main arc was the actual main plot line of the young girl unaliving her brother. For like the first time I read, I feel like a little spoiler section here to talk about this, because I don't think there's a way I can talk about it without spoiling what happens in the book. So I'm gonna have a little insert here for you to skip to if you don't want any spoilers for this book here. Pretty much, yeah, the whole thing is her brother has Huntington's disease. I don't know the exact workings of Huntington's disease, but pretty much how they describe it in this is that like he's already deteriorating quite rapidly. His quality of life is going down. It's going to keep decreasing with a bunch of different issues, and eventually he's going to die early. And pretty much when it came out that she had unalived him, I was like, okay, well, not like hopefully, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, okay, it was probably something like done out of mercy. She's 13, where it's like maybe they had talked about it and he asked her to, like maybe something like along those lines. What I was thinking in my head, because I don't know, it's just like where my mind went to. And I think young kid unalives their brother who they're like 11 months apart from, very close with. And then you went the whole time and you never got any answers, but anything that actually, any reason why you didn't get any answers in like the last 2 chapters. Just like, yeah, I did it. Like maybe we'll get some internal dialogue at the end for like an actual explanation of why she did it. And then she's just like, nope, I just didn't. You know, and she's going through like, you know, like the day I've ever wait this, and then I killed him. And it's just so, I'm like, okay, so really, I don't know. I just didn't, not that it matched her character, because honestly we didn't really know anything about Nora before this, so I can't really say, oh, it didn't match her character and what she was, but I think it was just like me and like how I view people and how I hope people are, just like internally was like, oh no, well, it can't be that. It wouldn't be that you're 13 and you would go to your dad's safe, get the weapon and unalive somebody. Like that to me, it just doesn't make sense. But so I feel like I'm just kind of unsatisfied with the ending of this. I did like the writing. Writing was very good. Just for me, I say I'm unsatisfied because I don't think it's the ending I hoped for and the ending I want from humanity. Either way, it was good, but I'm just so frustrated by the ending and like not getting enough closure that I wanted, or maybe just the closure that I wanted is a better way to say it. But yeah, I think it's gonna be 3.5. There's a lot of emotions going on there. I just wish I had more of a concise ending and more of an ending that kind of like made me not lose faith in humanity a little bit. But very exciting. Now we get to pull book 3. Now this is still very daunting because there's so many books in here that like I'm very excited for, and so many books that I'm like, I really don't want to pull that, to be honest. So we'll see which one I get. It is Tuesday night now, and I'd left this video kind of wrapped up by Thursday, maybe Friday, so one that's too long. We will see. It still has Penitence on there. I'm going to remove that one and then shuffle it up and see what we get. There's still 102 titles on here. As you guys can see first, I am very, very nervous and scared. I don't know what I want. Not a Sando. It's too long. DC Stars. Okay, wait a second. This should be a lot of fun. Okay, so DC Stars is, I believe, a hockey romance series that Ellen Catherine raves about. This one, DC Stars, I think Vancouver Storm, are the like 2 big hockey romances I hear about. I think Vancouver Storms is by Stephanie Archer. I don't even know who writes this one. Like, I think it's like the one where it's like Slapshot, Face Off, a couple of those ones, like cartoon kind of covers. And these are on KU. This is a series I'm starting. I probably should be starting more series, but I really want to read these ones. There's a couple of KU series I really want to read, so I just put them on this list. Not thinking I'll get them anytime soon, but I'm actually really excited for this one. Okay, I think that's what I need after this book, because like I said, this book was good, but it was frustrating, and it like really took a toll on me mentally. So I was like, I can't do this. So I'm so excited for this one. I'm gonna like go on my Kindle, find the cover and the name, and actually be able to show you guys. But this is so exciting. I might actually read a little bit of it tonight now because I'm so excited. We'll see though. My friends are in my kitchen, so I'm just cooking dinner, and I want to give a quick update on Face Off because I am now on chapter 13 or 14, I think, and I am really liking this one so far. Because I think I'm on chapter 13 now, I believe, and I am actually loving it so far, which, like, not like I want to say I'm surprised with, because I've heard nothing but good things. However, I always maybe don't think I'm going to enjoy sports romance than I do. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I will say the best thing I can say about this book so far is that, to me, this book is doing what I wanted Consider Me by Becca Mack to do. Because I just read Consider Me by Becca Mack, and I gave like a 3.5 because I had a couple issues with it. For one, the length. It was over 500 pages. It was quite long. I felt like it was very repetitive. They kept having the same conversations over and over again. I loved aspects of my main character, but just the non-stop spice did eventually get to me at some point. My main gripe with it was when I was listening to it. I remember like they're kind of doing the whole Playboy and the girls playing hard to get thing. And then by 20% of the way through, they had already hooked up. And I was like, what is the other 80% of this book? So I'm happy to report that we are 25% of the way through this book, and she's still playing very hard to get and is now kind of just like admitting to herself that he's a little bit attractive. That's it. It's also only 400 pages. But pretty much this book is very good if you're able to kind of like let reality go for a second, because pretty much like the author even noted that she was an athlete her entire life, and she wrote this book before like the Women's National Hockey League was becoming a thing. And so in this, women can be in the NHL, and she's like the first female to be on this certain hockey team. But honestly, it's kind of like fun to see the female representation. And pretty much our two main characters, so there's Emmy, who's just joining the team, and then there's Maverick, who's the captain. And they had like whatever the opposite of a meet cute is, because pretty much what happened is he saw her and he was like, she's hot, and then thought she was like a fan who was like sneaking into practice, pretty much like offered to take her home afterwards. And she was like, it was his fault because he didn't watch the game footage. So if he had watched her footage, he would have known that she was a girl, but he did not know that. So they got off really on the wrong foot, but he's like determined to win her over. And I just feel like the way the story is already going, I feel like it's still that kind of same like Playboy hard to get trope. I feel like I'm just gonna enjoy this one so much more. So I'm really loving it so far. I think the writing's fine. There has been some parts that have been kind of like very redundant and very like, I'm gonna tell you exactly what this means and not let you interpret it at all for yourself. However, it's a fun romance. I'm not going to be bothered by it, and it's kind of like a good time. I wish there was an audiobook, so I'm about to cook and I kind of listen to an audiobook while I do that. I don't want to start a new book right now, but alas, it's KU. I'll take what I can get. And I've heard nothing but great things with the series. Like, I'm pretty sure book 4 is rated like a 4.4 on Goodreads or Amazon with like over 20,000 reviews. I'm like, okay, I see you. And book 5 comes out already next month, so I can honestly just binge this whole series. But as this food is going to cook itself, I'm going to keep reading. I might even finish it tonight, depending on how hard I binge. If not, definitely tomorrow. But it's going great. I wish I could tell you I would be not a ridiculous human being and sit up for this clip, but I'm not going to, because I'm lying down here and I'm comfy. I wish I'd chat real quick about that. I'm going to finish this freaking book tonight. I'm going to finish it. I've been saying I was going to finish it for 2 days now. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm just like not reading. I think it's because I read like 9 books last weekend, so maybe I like brought myself up slightly, but I'm 70% of the way through this book, so I'm gonna finish it tonight. It's happening. I'm gonna do some schoolwork first. Alright friends, this round of TBR Roulette is finished because I did finish Face Off, and I think it's like a 4.5 to 4.75 star. I really enjoyed it. If you're somebody who can't get over certain like technicalities in reality when it comes to contemporary romance, you're probably not gonna like this because, like I said, our female main character is in the NHL, so if you're somebody who like couldn't wrap your head around that, it's probably gonna be very hard to get through this book. I was had a lot of fun with it. That was a great time. I thought the banter was amazing. I loved our female main character and our male main character. Spice was good. The found family was already incredible. Like, I don't think I read a found family that I've gotten so instantly attached to and like want to know more about since Chestnut Springs. And that's speaking volumes. So reading this, we read Ithaca. I think it's like a 3-star. I haven't really thought about that since I finished it, to be honest. What was the second book? That tells you how it went. Oh no. It was a Koval book. I'm gonna put it in the rating here. I filmed this video over the course of like 2.5 weeks, so please don't be mad at me. And I also did my 24-hour readathon in between this as well. And Face Off thing was sit on a 4.75 star for now. If you guys liked today's video, please like, comment, subscribe, helps the channel out so much. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram, Angel's Book Corner, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.